So you're in a sales meeting and you're talking about your service and a prospect interrupts you and says, so what is your cost? Just tell me, give me the bottom line. What do you do? Well, what you do next will determine the value of the potential prospect, turning it into a client so you can both win, okay? Because when it comes to sales negotiations, it's not about you winning or them winning, it's about creating the win-win. So it has to work for them and it has to be valuable for you too. So when it gets to the point of talking price too early, will determine what happens next. Will you lose, they win? But eventually if you lose, they lose too, because you probably won't be motivated to give them your best work if you don't feel you've been appreciated. So what you do next is extremely important. And that will determine, this is like a qualifying process, so that'll determine whether you want the project or not even. Because I've been in this situation many times. I've often been interrupted with this, and yes, I've said the wrong things and I've lost projects, but I've also then walked away from projects because once I understood it was only about a price point, I was not interested because I know how they go. So what do I do when somebody asks me that question? And more often than not, there's multiple people in the room when I'm talking to them, because they'll always have someone from procurement or purchasing looking to get a cost down because that's their job, right? So it's very important to manage and influence the situation. So what do I do? Well, the first thing I do, I say to them, well, look, I'm not ready to talk about price yet. I'm here to listen, to learn more about your problem, so then I can work on a proposal for you. And then they'll say something like, well, what's your cost per hour or cost per day? And again, I'll say I don't do cost per day projects. I do service and value. That's what I discuss. And they sometimes will continue it because I'm not playing their game and they want to take the power. So it eventually gets to, well, it depends, right? And then I'm trying my best to lead the conversation to the right ending and the right story. I want to talk about the right story. And eventually I'll go, it depends. And then they will say, well, depends on what? And well, it depends on what you need. Depends on how I can help you. And depends on what the size of your problems are. And once I can absorb that, once I can qualify all that from you, then I can tell you how much the proposal will be, if that makes sense. And I would love to learn more about your problems, so then I can best qualify what I can do for you. But sometimes they will insist. They will continue to insist. So again, this leads me to the next strategy, and that is when, if they keep talking about price, I will just interrupt and say, look, is this a price-based project? Because it is, we'll stop right here. I'm not interested. I don't do price. I do value. I do service delivery and value. And I will always offer a strong return on my value and above and beyond. That's what I do. But if you're just interested in price, I'm not interested. And we can stop right here. Because then you don't want to be going further down that sales funnel, that expensive sales funnel, and then realize it's not a good fit. And then you end up wasting lots of time. And even if you do some of the work, and then you will see, well, it's not the type of work you want to do, and you're having to do a lot more than you packaged, and you're losing money. So it's really important to set the standards and set the price point situation and set the junction that you want to get to with this meeting, because it's so important to create the win-win. It's not about you winning, it's about qualifying what the project is about, what they're about. Can you help them? And if you don't get the right answers from this meeting, it's time to walk away. But hopefully more often than not that they will change their tune, because they realize, okay, I get you, I understand. And then you can move forward with something of value to both parties. And that is the goal, the value for both parties. And I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions on any other objections that you're afraid of getting, or you've got in the past and you're not sure how to move forward, just let me know. I'd love to help. Have a great day.